Alright, just doing another very, very, very quick video to bring you up to speed where I am since my last video. I was basically putting together the new Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and I had one of these. I love these little cases. They're just £1 or £2 from China. They do the job, and you literally just clip them together. You can do what you like with them. You can drill them, you can cut them, you can do whatever you want because they're so cheap and it really doesn't matter. If they break, send off another one. In fact, this is a one that got sent from me by the company because the one they sent me, the Chinese whatever seller that I picked on eBay, the corner here was a little bit broken. So this is just that we said, look, it's broken. They just sent another one in the thing because they don't care. They don't want the other one back. So it's a spare. I'll keep it for parts, whatever. But what I quickly want to go through now, very quickly, is how important and things that I've missed in the design phase. Now, when I design these things, again, I'm not, some kind of super artist or engineer, but I kind of think, best way of describing it, the way I've always sort of described it, is that I think in 3D. Like, I don't think of the finished product, I think of the whole process of how to get it together and all the parts fitting together and working together and whatnot. So when I actually build it, things are quite simple. I've really got no way. Put it this way, when it comes to something like Portal, the game Portal, I'm that annoying guy that found it too easy because I can kind of think process is easy. I don't know, I can never explain it. So there is one thing that I always miss. When I built my first one, I put it together super simple. This is a Raspberry Pi 3. It's just got a little heat sink on there. As you can see, I've drilled the holes. I've shown this before. I've got the rubber feet on the back. Got the kill switch hooked up to the the earphone jack. So it hooks up there, so I can use that as a kill switch. Standard stuff, not really. It's got a 64 gig chip in there. I liked it. It lights up. It's kind of nice. It's kind of clean. It's small. You can put it in your pocket, take it with you, do anything you want with it, and it's fine. Pretty robust. Again, it's a little bit of plastic, but it was £1. You know what I mean? So, like, you don't expect it to be good. If I'd have known that the case wouldn't shatter when I drilled it, I would have taken more time drilling these holes. And obviously, I probably wouldn't have done as many holes underneath. But overall, I was impressed with it. I use it all the time. I stream with it, whatnot. Then, after that, I put this one together. This is just a little Raspberry Pi Zero with the Adafruit Joy hat or Joy bonnet on the top. So it works like a Super Nintendo pad, SNES pad. And then, for a laugh, I put just a little silver chain with the HDMI around it. So it could be worn around the neck. A bit like the theory was, again, it was supposed to be like the Beastie Boys, where they had that big ridiculous thing around the neck. So I was going to put like little gems and jewels on there and have this like ridiculous thing. You've got the little micro HDMI on there, so all you would need to play it is a mobile phone charger, which is everywhere, and an HDMI cable, which is by any TV. Those are always wherever the TV is. So you could just walk this around and play whatever you want, whenever you want. And I put the, like I say, I put the chain on it, so you can take it wherever. This is like essentially like a little pendant or, little gem that would be on a standard necklace. It's kind of that to the side. And that was funny, right? Again, design phase, maybe laugh. Never really used it, but whatever. It was kind of funny. Then, this is where I started running into problems. I made this, which I call the Exodus Box 360. Based on the guitar of Gary Holt, who currently plays for Slayer, and I think still plays for Exodus, but definitely played for Exodus for many years, and he had a guitar, which was a Flying V, which was white, and it's covered in blood splatter. Now again, when I made it, I thought through the whole design phase. So I actually built this Perspex case, cleaned it, cut it, polished it, glued it, put it all together, even got see-through, focus, there we go, even got see-through thing. I wanted a nice clean look. The only holes in it are here for the power switch. I removed the Ethernet, so you've only got 4 USBs, and there are 3 tiny little holes for the RAM chip, which no one really sees. So again, I designed all of that, designed the rubber feet, got the weight distribution right, all pretty much before I built it, and I knew what it was going to look like afterwards because I'd gone through the process in my head of putting it together. However, the design process is super important. You have to really consider stuff, because I am a large, well, I say large, I am a very conspicuous man. I am over 6 foot. I am very wide. I have a really large beard. And I usually, because I work nights, I usually wear a beanie. So the idea was, I'm going to make a portable system. It's going to have loads of exposed wires inside. And it's going to have lights, and it's going to have wires, and it's going to, you can see it all, and then it's going to, you know, have all this blood splatter on the outside. It's going to look sick. It's going to look awesome. It'll be this great portable system. Didn't think at the time until I pulled it out one night on the bus. You soon realise that I have in fact built the least portable system ever made. Because again, I'm a large, very conspicuous man with a large beard on a London bus carrying a box that is blood splattered. Now, and obviously has exposed wires and lights inside. It's not the fact that anything could happen, it's the fact that, you know, instantly people were looking, because again, makes that noise. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, I'm playing Mario 64 or whatnot, but still, like, it's not just the bus, it's other places. Again, it looks cool, and I absolutely adore the look, but it raises a few eyebrows, specifically because, you know, I'm the guy using it. So, design phase, didn't think of that. My newest one, and this is kind of what I'm getting to, is this. So this is the new 3B Plus. I know the fan is slightly off-center, but because that's where the CPU is. So, again, drill the holes at the bottom, so they now line up with the RAM at the bottom. All standard here. Got the on-off switch here. Put in the fan, cut a hole for the fan, put the fan over the CPU and kind of more towards the GPU down here. I'm waiting for 3 heat sinks to turn up. One for that, and one for that. And then all I've got to do is put in the SD card. However, with this looking like it looks, I cannot put it in my pocket. I cannot put it in my bag. I can't do anything. Because, again, if anyone sees me walking around with something that looks like this, I'm going to be answering lots of questions from people who aren't really clued up as to what this thing is. London's kind of a hotbed at the moment and especially where I live in London as well. Like, yeah, I don't really want to be answering too many questions from people. Like, this one and this one, probably fine. Like, this is kind of goofy, and this, I mean, it's you know, you can, there's nothing really untowards there. But this, yeah, I can see this raising some eyebrows. And this, definitely so. Like, I've taken this to work, and just left it laying on my desk, and people have definitely asked. So yeah, I mean, by all accounts, when you design these things, you know, think in an engineering standpoint, like how to get it all together, what glue to use, how the paint's going to work, and all of that. If you want to build it for yourself, and you know, all the insides and what you actually want the thing to do, but you know, be aware when you built this thing, there are certain things in the design phase that you really need to consider, and I've basically not considered them twice now. Yeah, so yeah, just wanted to point that out, but it's coming along well. I'm going to get the SD card in soon and hopefully finish this thing. And if this thing, I mean, I know that the super glue eats through this plastic because it's sort of, you get that little chemical reaction with some plastics where the glue starts to, you know, heat it up and warp it slightly. It only lasts for a few seconds, but it's enough to put that white stuff on there. I'm fine with it. Because again, when all the lights are inside, I might put a few little LEDs, and there's a crack at the front as well, which kind of irked me at the beginning, but doesn't really now. Yeah, I mean, for what I'm doing with it, it's, like I say, and it's never going to leave the house. Yeah, I'm alright with that. Put some rubber feet on it. Fine, I might have my new streaming machine. Not sure. Probably keep streaming off that one. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to say that. Okay,